So you want to create a tool for your game. Well, I'm going to show you exactly how I go about doing it and how you can go about creating one for your Roblox game as well, just in case you may have combat systems. So let's go ahead and hop into it. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and hop into the toolbox here just for demonstration purposes and get a tool. Something that is going to be our mesh for what we're going to be using for the actual tool. So this is going to be a katana that we're going to be using for this example right here. Let's go ahead and raise it up, and it already has some cool effects inside of it, which is fantastic. So after we got our mesh, we're going to go ahead and insert a tool object into workspace. We're going to rename that to katana. And then after that, we're going to insert our sword mesh inside of it. Then we're going to create another part called handle. And then all we're going to do is we're just going to make sure we align it with the actual handle. So I'm going to go ahead and resize this to 111 so we get precision when we're actually aligning it. And then we're going to set the transparency of this to 1, so that way it's not seen and it looks like you're actually gripping it, because your hand is actually just attached to this part object right here, which is called the handle. Now there's a cool plugin that I use to create these handles and make sure that they're properly aligned when we're actually creating them. It's a tool plugin, Tool Grip Visual Editor right here, and this is what we're going to be using to actually visualize what's going on. But before we go ahead and use that, let's go ahead and insert a weld constraint. So let's insert a weld constraint into the handle, and then all we're going to do is go to the attachment properties right here and set the part 0 to handle, part 1 to sword. Now if you have other meshes or models inside of here, make sure you create a weld constraint to attach the handle to each one of them, otherwise you're not going to be able to see your tool. Now after we have that set up, we are going to look at the visual editor that we have available with this tool. This cool little tool that somebody created for us. Alright, so we can see that our sword is facing forward and it's not aligned properly the way we want it to. So all we're going to do is hop up here to home, go to rotate, and make sure it is aligned properly with our character. Perfect. Now I know it looks weird in the visual editor, but that's perfectly normal. As you can see, it just resets to its proper position once everything is aligned. So after that's completed, we have that set up. Now we can just take this handle, we can just take this entire tool right here, this katana tool that we just created, and we're going to just drop it down here in the starter pack. Now let's see what this looks like in runtime. So we're in the game, and now we got a katana. Now you can add activation, tool grip in terms of when it's activated or deactivated, or when you unequip it or equip it. But that is exactly how you go about creating a simple tool. If you're wondering why your tools aren't showing up, it's probably because you're missing weld constraints with the handle to all your mesh parts inside of it. Especially when you're working with models, make sure you're setting a primary part as well, so it knows what to reference. But other than that, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.